Each morning, fresh daily pinters are delivered by Kirby and West to some 65,000 households. Just as it's been for more than 100 years, when the business was founded in 1868 by James Kirby. But it was in 1916, when Frank Smith joined as a partner, that the business began to expand dramatically. 250 gallons a day in 1916, 2,500 by 1933. Frank Smith's driving personality and innovative flair was the force behind the growth, which saw the absorption of many other local dairies. But Frank Smith was not alone. His sons Harold and Leonard both joined the company. His son Harold equipped the dairy with the most modern plant and technology. He masterminded the move to larger premises and introduced the famous pasteurization in the bottle process. When Frank Smith died in 1956, the daily gallonage was over 17,000. His grandchildren have also joined the company, continuing the work he started all those years ago. Your daily pinter comes from, well, it's quite a story, and it starts down on the farm. The milk is collected from 100 local farms, but Gold Top is produced here at K&W's own farm. Milk is one of the most complete of all foods, containing some of nearly all the nutrients essential for healthy living. It is, of course, the nutrition nature designed for growing calves, and it's rich in energy, protein, vitamin B2, and particularly calcium. It provides more than half our average intake. It's calcium which is responsible for our growth, for the development of strong bones and healthy teeth. It's important for everyone, and particularly pregnant women, young children, and the elderly. So the important thing now is to get this fresh milk to your doorstep. Starting here. This tanker transports up to 9,000 litres of milk from the farms to the dairy. The driver checks it, agitates it, and ensures it's at the correct temperature, below 4.5 degrees centigrade, before he takes it on board. The tanker pulls onto the weighbridge at Kirby and West, and its contents are allowed to settle before it's weighed. This is accurately recorded by computer in both gallons and litres. Before the tanker's emptied, a sample is taken and tested in the laboratory. It's not unloaded until it has been passed as satisfactory for keeping quality, butterfat, and the absence of water. The test for the keeping quality and hygiene of raw milk is the Resazurin test. A blue dye is added to the milk. If, after 10 minutes, it's still blue, it passes. If, however, it turns pink or white, it fails and is not used. Extraneous water should never be present in any milk. This can be detected by freezing the sample using a cryoscope. Pure milk freezes at minus 0.545 centigrade. Added water raises this temperature. All milk samples are tested to make sure that there's no penicillin present, as this can cause problems in the manufacture of cheese and yogurt. The test takes 4 hours, and a change from blue to yellow indicates it's free from antibiotics. Raw milk, pasteurized milks and creams are tested for butterfat and solids not fat. The multispec does this automatically, helped by a computer which prints out the results. Whole milk contains at least 3% butterfat and 9% combined protein and lactose. This test checks on the correct pasteurization of milk. The enzyme phosphatase is destroyed by pasteurization and no colour should develop. Raw milk turns the test bright yellow. Methylene blue is used to indicate the shelf life of pasteurized milk. It's added to the milk and the colour must last for half an hour by law. Ours normally lasts for 6 hours. Raw and pasteurized milks are tested for bacteria using plate counts, in which the diluted milk is mixed with an agar jelly. Empty bottles and other equipment are swabbed and plate counts done on the rinse water to ensure they're clean. This plate uses a different pink agar base, and acid-producing colonies turn red and are easily seen. It's used to sort out different types of bacteria. Processing begins. The raw milk enters the clarifier. Centrifugal force is used to spin the heavier impurities to the outside, which leaves the clean milk to flow inwards, as shown by the blue arrows. This process is far more efficient than the old cloth filters. The milk is then pasteurized, which is a heat treatment to destroy the harmful bacteria. The clarified milk flows into the balance tank, in which a constant level is maintained, and is then pumped through the regeneration section, where it's preheated by milk which has already been pasteurized and is now cooling. The preheated milk then passes to the heating section, where it's brought to a temperature of 77.7 centigrade by steam-heated water. The milk takes 16 seconds to pass through a holding system before flowing through the diversion valve, where, if the correct temperature has not been reached, the milk is diverted back to the balance tank and starts again. The correctly pasteurized milk, shown by the dotted red line, flows back through the regeneration system, warming the incoming milk. It's then cooled by chilled water before being either separated or bottled. Cream and skimmed milk are produced in a separator, which works on the same principle as the clarifier, but this time the heavier skim milk goes to the outside and the cream flows to the centre. Finished products are then stored in insulated tanks prior to bottling and cartoning. Dirty bottles are inspected and then automatically decrated. Then they're soaked and jet pressure washed in a 1% caustic soda solution at 63 degrees centigrade. This is followed by a warm water rinse and finally cold water with added chlorine. The washing process takes approximately 8 minutes. The clean bottles pass through a scanner which detects any foreign matter on the base of the bottles. 400 bottles a minute are filled under vacuum to ensure a constant level, and caps are cut from foil, 3 at a time, and placed on the bottles before sealing. The whole process is fully automatic, and the bottles are never touched unless a fault occurs. The bottles are automatically recrated in crates which have also been washed and cleaned. At Kirby and West, only a small percentage of milk is packed in cartons, usually supplied to wholesalers and hospitals. Cream is also packed in various sized cartons for delivery fresh to your doorstep. Both bottles and cartons are checked to make sure that they comply with the average weight legislation. Cartons are weighed and 5 samples are taken every half hour and an average is taken. As the contents can be seen in the bottle, which is marked on manufacture to guarantee accuracy, a template is used to check the level. 54 crates of milk are loaded at a time into the cold store or onto a lorry by forklift truck, ready for delivery by your local milkman. We can now supply you with 4 types of milk. Gold Top is Channel Island milk, which comes from Jersey and Guernsey cows. It contains 4.5% fat and 445 calories per pint. Its extra creamy taste adds something special to all dishes. Silver Top is the most familiar. It has only 3.8% fat and 380 calories per pint. Red and Silver Top has had half the fat removed, having only 1.5 to 1.8% fat and 263 to 280 calories per pint. It's ideal for people who prefer a lighter milk. Blue and Silver Top has had virtually all the cream removed, with only 0.1% fat and 195 calories per pint, and it's perfect for slimmers. Whichever choice you make, remember that milk is a completely natural product. Of course, it's not only milk and cream that your Kirby and West milkman delivers each morning. Thousands of people rely on him for many other provisions. And although Kirby and West specialises in milk and cream, it insists on the same high standards for everything it sells. Whether it be bread or yogurts, eggs, fruit juice, cordials or butter, it's quality assured by Kirby and West. It's a 24-hour process that continues round the clock, day in and day out. It's a job which Kirby and West have been doing efficiently and effectively since 1868. Your Kirby and West milkman, who operates the care code that ensures regular contact with the lonely, the old and disabled, who can spot changes in routines and patterns and raise the alarm, who delivers to your doorstep 365 days a year. They're the final link in a natural process. They're your link with the community. You should never take milk or your milkman for granted. Make the most of your milkman.